Hello friends, myself Dr. Veena Sakardande here with my YouTube channel, that is Veena's Academic Realm, and this is nursing education related channel. And today I am with you all with new session from medical surgical nursing, specifically from surgical nursing, and this is very important and emergency topic. Today we are going to discuss, that is perioperative nursing management. That means it is related to nursing intervention or surgical procedure. So first we will see the definition, what is perioperative nursing management. Perioperative nursing management, that is a total experience of the patient during the surgery, before the surgery and after the surgery. So it is called perioperative nursing management. So it is also divided into three factors. So that is the reason we are going to see this session in three parts. Part 1 is preoperative nursing management. Part 2, intraoperative nursing management. Part 3 is postoperative nursing management. So what is preoperative nursing management or preoperative nursing care? When the decision is made for the surgery, decision is taken with the surgeon and the team, and then patient is posted from that time till the patient goes to the operation theater room. So during that period, care is given, that is called as a preoperative nursing management. Second part is intraoperative nursing management. So when patient is on operation theater table and the surgery is going on, and then patient is shifted to RR, that is recovery room or post anesthesia unit. So care given during that period is called as a intraoperative nursing management or care. Third is post-operative nursing management or post-operative nursing care. When the patient is cared from like RR or post-operative unit till patient is discharged. So during that period, care is given to the patient is called as post-operative nursing management. Next, we will see there are some phases of perioperative nursing management. So what are the phases? That is phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. What is phase 1? When the decision is made for the surgery and patient is shifted to operation theater room, and that duration is called as, that duration or period is called as a preoperative phase. Next is a phase 2. Phase 2, when patient is undergoing for the surgery from the operation table till patient is shifted to the recovery room. So that period, that is called as a intraoperative phase. Then what is post-operative phase? When the patient is from the RR or recovery room or post anesthesia unit till the patient get discharged. So that period is called as a post-operative phase. Before we start with the preoperative nursing management, that is a part 1 of the perioperative nursing management. First we will see what is the meaning of surgery. So surgery is one of the procedure where there is a need or requirement of specific instruments, where there will be alteration or incision of human body, tissue or organ as per the need of the patient. Then there are three types of surgery we can say. First is a elective surgery. Elective surgery, that means it is planned surgery as per the patient's need or requirement. It is a planned surgery. Like for example, we can say the cosmetic surgery, or we can say the removal of superficial cyst. Second is required surgery. Required surgery, that means there is a requirement of the patient. There is a requirement, that is for example surgery for the patient with the cataract. And third is a emergency surgery. Emergency surgery, that means in emergency patient need to operate. Like for example, patient comes with the abdominal pain and diagnosed as a perforation of appendix or intestinal obstruction. So there are mainly three types of surgery performed. Before we start with the preoperative nursing management, that is a part 1 of the perioperative nursing management. First we will see what is the meaning of surgery. So surgery is one of the procedure where there is a need or requirement of specific instruments, where there will be alteration or incision of human body, tissue or organ as per the need of the patient. Then there are three types of surgery we can say. First is a elective surgery. Elective surgery, that means it is planned surgery. As per the patient's need or requirement, it is a planned surgery. Like for example, we can say the cosmetic surgery, or we can say the removal of superficial cyst. Second is required surgery. Required surgery, that means there is a requirement of the patient. There is a requirement, that is for example surgery for the patient with the cataract. And third is a emergency surgery. Emergency surgery, that means in emergency patient need to operate. Like for example, patient comes with the abdominal pain and diagnosed as a perforation of appendix or intestinal obstruction. So there are mainly three types of surgery. So let us start with the preoperative nursing management. So preoperative nursing management, we have seen the meaning of this. That is a care given to the patient when decision is made for the surgery till the time we have to shift the patient to the operation theatre room. So when we talk about the nursing management, what are the main important aspects we are going to see? So first is a assessment of the patient. Very important assessment. Under assessment, nursing assessment. In nursing assessment, first is a history taking, in detail history taking of the patient, which include the different aspect like the present history of the illness, how patient is admitted, when patient is admitted, with what complaint patient is admitted, what were the emergency care given during the admission. Then next is a after present illness, history of present illness, then we go for the past history of the surgery or past history of medical disorders. Like past history of the surgery, that means whether patient undergone for any surgery or any medical disorder, or patient is on any drug, or patient has any habits, bad habits like alcoholism, smoking, drug addiction, what are the dietary habits of the patient. So we are going to take previous history, medical and surgical, dietary history. Then we have to take the history of the gynecology and obstetric when patient is female. Then next is we are going to take history about the patient's lifestyle. What is the exact working condition of the patient? What is the sleeping pattern? What is the lifestyle of the patient? How patient cope up with the different situation is also very important. Whether patient is on any drug or taking any psychiatric treatment or medical treatment or for any other treatment, holistic treatment, we have to take in detail history of the patient. Next we have to see the assessment of the different systems, like as per the disease or as per the surgical procedure. But we need to have in common, we will see assessment of different system. So first, after history taking, there will be a general physical examination. General physical examination which will include head to toe examination. The next is a assessment of the cardiovascular system, where we are going to assess the heart rate, any problem related to S1, S2 sound, then the pulse, then what is ECG, then what are the different signs and symptoms related to cardiovascular system we are going to assess. Second, respiratory system assessment, which include assessment of like shape of the chest, then the air entry, and then whether patient is associated with breathlessness, dyspnea, cyanosis. Then musculoskeletal system assessment, which include like a gait of the patient, any joint pain or any related symptoms of musculoskeletal system, tone of the muscle. Next is the renal system, which include like whether patient is having edema, what is the intake output related assessment of the symptoms. Then next is the neurological assessment, which is also again very important. Assessment of the neurological system, we can assess with the GCS, or we can ask the patient few questions, coordination and simple equilibrium balance we can assess. Next we go to the GI system, gastrointestinal system, any habit of eating or any history of vomiting, diarrhea, or any related to symptom like hemorrhoids, or patient is having melena or blood in the vomiters. Then next we are going to assess about the reproductive system, asking few questions related to reproductive system, genitourinary system, eye, ear. So we need to assess each and every system before proceed or take decision for the surgical procedure. Then next we have to assess the psychology of the patient, whether patient is psychologically prepared, financially prepared. That is called as a psychosocial history, financial history of the patient. So we need to assess the patients, whether patient is anxious or ready for the surgery, whether patient is having good coping, so that patient will have early recovery after the surgery. Even the social, like family members, we need to ask, talk, communicate with them. Then next is a very important, it's a financial issue or economically, whether patient is able to pay the money, or patient is able to have any insurance, or so related history we need to ask to the patient before we proceed for the surgical procedure. Next, we have to see the investigation or diagnostic assessment for the patient after history taking, physical examination, specific examination. We need to send blood for the investigation, then X-ray, ultrasonography, 2D echo, ECG, ABG analysis, MRI, depending on the surgical procedure and as per advice from the surgeon, we need to take the patient for the investigation or send the blood or sample for the investigation. After investigation, next when decision is made that patient is undergoing for the surgery, the next point is the teaching, pre-operative teaching. It's very important so that patient can perform for the early recovery after the surgery, like small breathing exercise or leg exercise, small exercise, breathing related and passive exercise we have to teach to the patient, so that patient will get early ambulation and recovery rate will be high. Next is a pre-medication. Anything is advised for the patient before the surgery. So we need to see that whether patient is allergic to that particular medication, whether patient is taking any medication which has to be stopped. So we need to have, like for example, Ecosprin, always it is stopped before the surgery. So it will lead to bleeding tendencies. So medications related, we need to take care of that. Next is one day before the surgery, we need to check all the records, everything. In the vital signs also we need to record every 2 hourly. And patient is ready. Even the GI system has to be get ready. So it has to be prepared. Whole patient is ready for the surgery. And one day before we have to keep patient 8 to 10 hours NBM, nil by mouth, so that there will be no any problem related to GI disturbances. Then pre-anesthetic checkup is also very important. Pre-anesthetic checkup. And then written informed consent is very important. Here again pre-operatively, please remember pre-operative consent, it is called informed written consent. It is a legal document we have to take from the patient and the relatives so that they are ready for the surgery. Next, so after the surgery, patient is ready for the surgery. One day before, we are going to keep NBM, nil by mouth. And then one day of surgery, early morning, we have to give the thorough bath to the patient, maintain personal hygiene of the patient. Then collect all the required reports, check the vital signs, 1 hourly, half an hourly. Pre-medication has to be given. Check with the bowel and bladder movements of the patient or fluctuation of the blood pressure, pulse rate. And then record everything. And there should be one checklist before we send the patient to the operation theatre. So we need to check that everything. Then check the anxiousness, coping of the patient, inform to the relatives, timing of the surgery. And then next you are going to keep the patient NBM, check whether patient is NBM, actual NBM. We need to check before we send. Any medications or any variation in the vital parameter has to be informed. And next, with all records, all the files, we need to shift the patient to the operation theatre. So before that, we need to prepare the patient, remove all clothings to the patient, all ornaments, lipstick, nail, pens, hair clips, everything should be removed, handed over to the relatives, and it should be taken in return that they have received ornaments and all articles of the patient. Then put on the cap to the patient and OT dress and shift the patient to the OT along with all reports and file. and hand over to the next OT nurse. So this is about the pre-operative nursing management. So starting from this assessment, investigation, pre-operative teaching, medication, written informed consent, care on the day of surgery, we need to study when we have to shift the patient to the OT. So this is about the pre-operative nursing management, which is a part 1 from the peri-operative nursing management. Friends, hope you understood this topic. So please make sure to like, share, subscribe and comment down below. Do not forget to click on the bell icon so you will get new updates of my session. Thank you. Take care. We will see in next session, that is part 2 of perioperative nursing management.